Please sit back and enjoy our 5th grade Living Histories from 2018.
Hi, I'm Patrick Henry, and I was a great lawyer. When I was a young boy, my parents said that I had a personality of a leader. When I grew up, me and my brother started a store, but when the population of the plantation started going down, our store suddenly closed because we did not get enough money. Then I moved to Pennsylvania, where then I met my wife. Then we had 16 children together and moved to a plantation there. But our plantation got taken away from us from taxes, and we had to move into my father-in-law's inn. But in my father-in-law's inn, I met Thomas Jefferson. And that is when I decided to become a lawyer, in my father's inn. Next, I decided to study the law, and when I took the big test, I passed with flying colors. Then my big first case was a huge success. After a few years of lawyering, the House of Burgesses invited me to come join them, and they were talking about the Stamp Act, and I did not agree with it, but then they started yelling treason, and I said, if this were treason, let's make the most of it. Next, when I was done with the House of Burgesses, Virginia invited me to become their governor. When I was their governor, and after I was their governor, my wife shortly died from illness. And then shortly married. And if you want to come find me, I'll be in a plantation in Virginia.
My name is Dolly Madison. When I was a child, I was a Quaker. I call my sister Anna my sister child because we're very close. I married a man named John Todd. I had 2 children with him, one named Payne and one named William. Soon, yellow fever struck, and John and William died. I was a hostess for Thomas Jefferson for 8 years. I soon married James Madison, who wasn't president at the time. Then he shortly became president. I had friends all over Washington. I remodeled the White House, and you wouldn't believe that I started the Easter egg hunt.
Hi, my name is Theodore Roosevelt. I'm also known as Teddy Roosevelt. And when I was a young boy, I was called Teddy. And after that, I went to college and I met this girl named Alice Lee. A few weeks after that, we got married, and she died a few weeks after. We had a girl named Alice. And then I had 2 ranches in Medora, North Dakota. And then I moved on to be a president after I became president. I was really happy that I was able to, and I got to accomplish so much things. Meet me at one of my ranches in North Dakota if you want to talk to me.
My name is John F. Kennedy, but some people call me Jack. I wrote a note on a coconut in the war that saved my life. A while later, I became Representative Kennedy. A little while after, I became Senator Kennedy. And I was the first Roman Catholic president. I promised to put the first man on the moon. If you want to find me, I'll be in the White House.
Hi, my name is Florence Nightingale, and I got my name from where I was born, Florence, Italy. When I was 5 years old, I got whooping cough. And you won't believe, when I got whooping cough, I acted like my dolls had it too. A couple years later, I talked to God, and when I talked to God, He told me I was a saint, so I never got married. A couple years later after that, I led 38 women to the Crimean War. When I got back, the 38 women that I took to the Crimean War was held aside a year. If you want to come visit me, come to Florence, Italy.
Hi, my name is Nelson Mandela, and I was born July 18, 1918. When I was 9 years old, I had to move away from home without my mother. That same year, my father died. As I grew older, I noticed that whites and blacks don't go well together. Years later, I got arrested for protesting and spent 27 years in jail. When I got released, I could go back home, and I took my father's place as a chief. Later on, I got arrested again for protesting. 6 years later, I was sentenced to a life in prison. I was lucky somehow and got released for some reason. And that same year, I shared a Peace Prize with F.W.D. Clerk. That same year, I also became president of my country because the people of my country voted me for president.
Hi, I'm Ulysses S. Grant. I was the first of 6 children. When I was young, I used to swing on horses' tails. Boy, that was fun. I joined the military at the age of 17, and we got into the Civil War. I was a big part of the Civil War. I left the military because I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to continue my career with being a math teacher. After ending in my math teaching career, I had a total of 4 children.
Hello, my name is Juliet Lowe. When I was 13, I began attending school in Virginia, and I was the founder of Girl Scouts. I traveled to Canada and Egypt. I married a person named William, and his nickname was Willie. My nickname is Daisy, and I helped create the Girl Scout handbook. And one day I was driving my car, and I crashed. I wasn't paying attention, and I crashed into a house when the people were eating lunch, and my brother called me to see what happened, and he asked me what I said, and I said I didn't say anything because I thought it would be impolite while they were eating. And if you want to come find me, I'll be in Savannah.
Hello, I'm Thomas Jefferson. When I was a young lad, my life changed. My father died. Other than learning, my passion was music. I fell in love with Martha, but sadly, after giving birth to our 6th child, she died. In 1800, I was then elected president. I'm not one to be giving long speeches because I guess that's just not my thing. So I'm going to skedaddle.
Hi, my name is Abigail Adams.
My husband's name is John Adams. When I was younger, I loved to learn. But what I didn't like when I was younger is that young girls didn't get to go to school. When I was 17, I met John. He got elected president and I became the first lady. I didn't like living a fancy life. I wanted to explore. I hope you like learning about me.
Hi, I'm John Adams. I became a lawyer. I made a peace treaty. I married Abigail Smith. I was the first president to live in the White House. A daughter named Susanna died while still a baby.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Roosevelt and I wanted to marry Franklin Delano Roosevelt, but his mother said to wait another year because we were too young. People made fun of me because I had buck teeth. I started teaching in New York City. My mother died when I was 8. Then my brother died next year. And my father died the year after. I was the first United States to work.
Hello, my name is George Washington. I promise to be the first President of the United States. I was 17 when I got my first job. People thought I had wooden teeth, but I really had ivory teeth. It was the end of the second term, and I knew I was going to be asked to go for the third term. If you want to talk with me more, come to Washington, D.C.
Hi, my name is Susan B. Anthony. I believe I should marry the right man. I taught for a while. I want to be in the gold rush. My mom and dad got married in 1817. I always helped my mom with the meals. If you want to find me, I'll be in Pennsylvania.